For other women, looks were important, but not for me. I never cared about my beauty. When I was 18, I married Andre. I had no strong feelings for him, but 6 months after we met, he proposed to me and we got married. Some of my friends looked several years younger. They took meticulous care of themselves. They visited beauty salons, swimming pools, fitness clubs, and watched their diet. At first, I didn't notice that my husband and I were different. Andre preferred to spend his free time cheerfully, in the company of friends, and such events were not without alcohol. He was bored at home, and I was well-mannered and educated. I could not sleep without a book. After graduating from the Institute of Culture, I got a job in a library. The salary was small. Andre worked at the factory, but when there were disruptions in orders, the bosses sent workers on free vacations. Then it became difficult for our young family, in which our daughter was growing up. Andre spent more and more time in the garage. I noticed that money began to disappear from my purse. I tried to talk to my husband to find a part-time job. Andre lets you work as a cab driver while the factory is not working. That's the last thing I need. I won't. I cried bitterly. I was desperately short of money. Lisa was often sick. We had to buy expensive medicines, and there was not enough to live on for a family of 3. A friend got me a job as a cleaner in a store. Years passed, and the situation only worsened. Andre left the factory and started working at a construction site. The team worked irregularly, respectively. The money came into the family budget also irregularly. I didn't even allow myself to think about divorce. I was afraid of what people would say. I tolerated it, cried at night. Andre, are you going to get a normal job? I've worked in 3 places. Aren't you ashamed? Who's forcing you to work? I don't want to hear that kind of talk anymore. I realized that I could not change my husband. When I turned 40, Lisa got married. For the wedding, I had to borrow money from acquaintances. I also sold newspapers when I had a break at work. Pretty soon I realized with bitterness that Lisa was repeating my fate. Her husband also began to drink, was rude to his young wife. It was even more difficult for me. My son-in-law did not work, and the young took the apartment in the mortgage. My daughter continued her studies at university, studying at a fee-paying faculty. I had no time to take care of myself. In my head, I was constantly thinking about where else to work. I was 45 when my life changed abruptly. As always, in the evenings I went to the supermarket. I had to buy groceries. Having taken a full basket according to the list, I stood in line. Suddenly 2 girls about 16 years old tried to pass without queuing. I, who had already been standing for 30 minutes, was indignant. Girls, how can you not be ashamed? Look, everyone is standing in line. Are you the smartest? One of the girls turned around. Woman, would you shut up? A pensioner. You can stand in line all day long, but we don't have time. You have nothing to do on your pension. These words hurt me. Back home, I went to the mirror and began to scrutinize myself with a critical eye. When was the last time I gave myself time? When did I even find time to put cream on my face and hands? I did it irregularly, on an ad hoc basis. She didn't dye her hair. The gray was beginning to show among the strands of gray. Wrinkles on my face also added age. I bought cheap cosmetics, and sometimes I left the house without makeup at all. And I didn't see any point in wearing makeup. I worked from morning till night like a squirrel in a wheel. In clothes, preferred things of gray, brown, black shades, so that they were not so much visible dirt. There were no beautiful dresses in my closet. It was also difficult to buy shoes. I mostly bought ballet flats and shoes without heels. I dressed in thrift stores and secondhand stores. I caught myself thinking that I lived the same way as the heroine of the movie The Princess on Beans. In the plot of the movie, the heroine dragged a retired mom, a young son, a selfish adult daughter, and her ex-husband. I kept pushing sad thoughts away from me, so as not to get depressed. I came home so tired that I only had enough strength to cook and shower. Sometimes I fell asleep at the table. I looked at my hands. From heavy bags and daily washing, I never bought a washing machine. On my hands, veins swelled up. Manicure naturally was not. Nails broken. I thought, are the girls right and I can be taken for a pensioner? How did it happen that I, once the first beauty of the class, now look like this? The boys were fighting over who could carry my briefcase. What happened to me? How did I let myself down? I used to have golden hair, blue eyes, beautiful pink skin. What happened to my looks? I cried. Suddenly I decided that I would not let myself be hurt again. I would no longer work for 3 people, pull 2 families without rest. By the time I was 45, I had acquired a lot of diseases. I slept 4 hours a day. Dark circles under my eyes, gray complexion, nothing good. What kind of man would pay attention to a woman like that? No one. There was no trace of her former beauty. In my head, A plan was formed. I need to urgently change my life. I deserve better. I looked in my purse. There was a large sum of money. I began to reason. I would not buy any wallpaper. I had enough. The next day, I woke up with hope for positive changes and decided to live for myself. I called my daughter. Lisa, of course I understand everything. You married badly. You need money for school, for an apartment. But I can no longer work like a horse. I suggest you get a job like me. You can study by correspondence. If your husband doesn't suit you, divorce him. Don't follow my example. You can't not value your life and sacrifice yourself for someone who doesn't deserve you. Okay, think. I walked around the beauty parlor. At first embarrassed, I stopped at the threshold. The thought of leaving crossed my mind. What's this for? Maybe I shouldn't. Beautiful girls came to the exit, satisfied with the results of their transformation. The receptionist saw that I felt uncomfortable and decided to help. Good afternoon. Come in. Don't be shy. Tea? Coffee? No, thank you. It's my first time here. I don't even know where to start. The receptionist invited me to sit down and left. She came back with a pretty girl. Hello, I'm a hairdresser. My name is Anna. How can I help you? I'd like to color my hair. And a haircut. Okay. Anna began to work her magic on my hair. What color hair would you like to have? Let's dye me red, like sunshine. That's a bold move. Let's do it. In the skilled hands of the master, I was transformed into a completely different woman. I didn't recognize myself in the mirror. On me looked interesting brown, only my face was tired. Anna said, "Now I will put you in the hands of a beautician. Do you mind?" No, of course not. Today, I want to fulfill the plan for all the years. Anna laughed. You haven't been to the salon for a long time? Girl, you won't believe it. I've never been. Do not be upset. You are good that you came to us. Cosmetologist Olga consulted me on how to care for my skin, did a few procedures. The next one who worked with me was Irina. She gave me a manicure and pedicure. Stylist Marina did my daytime makeup. After that, all the masters gathered to show me before and after photos of the procedure. I was shocked. It seemed to me that I was made a few years younger. I smiled like a child. Anna, where do you buy such cosmetics? We have an online store if you want. I'll find you some care products. It's inexpensive. Yes, of course. We exchanged phone numbers. Anna wrote the name of the store and gave a link to the website. I bought the cosmetics. In the evening, when I got home, I couldn't stop admiring my reflection in the mirror. I told my daughter about my day. Mom, you fell in love with yourself. Yeah, you can imagine. I've been wanting to do it all my life. I've been putting it off. Everything. Now you need a man. You're my beauty. No, Lisa, I'm my own boss now. I want to enjoy life. No one will not let anyone spoil my mood. We laughed a long time with my daughter. I felt happy. My life was finally getting better. It was just beginning. I want to apologize immediately for possible errors in the text or dubbing. I am just learning, and the language of this channel is not my mother tongue. The dubbing is done with the help of artificial intelligence. Please point out errors so I can fix them and improve the quality of the content. Also, I will be glad if you share your thoughts on the topic. Your support in the comments is very motivating for me to keep looking for new, interesting stories. Thank you for your understanding and participation. Subscribe to the channel and put a bell to not miss new stories.